All right, guys, welcome back to Project GoodSpeed. On today's video, we're going to be working on the CRV, and we are actually going to be completing the lighting for the little CRV here. And today's video is sponsored by Auxito, which was kind enough to provide all of our, well, most of our bulbs that are going to be going into the CRV. Now, I've already done the headlights, and they are awesome. I've also done all of the taillights, also awesome, LEDs, everything. And I had a little bit of a hiccup because I didn't know that my CRV actually has like daytime running lights, and at the same time, I kind of forgot I have a third brake light. So thankfully, today we're going to go ahead and tack that onto the interior bulbs, which is what we're going to be doing today. So all of that is sponsored by Auxito, and all of those bulbs are down in the description below. Feel free to check them out. So the CRV here has your classic bulb lighting from any Honda from the 90s, right? We have 1, 2, 3 bulbs in the front, at the top, and they are all pretty much the same size. At least they accept the same replacement. So Auxito was kind enough to send us a box of their, I think there's a 194. I'm not sure what the name of those bulbs are, but they are your classic bulbs here. I'll put a shot of them here, and we're actually going to replace them. And I've actually already done that, and they look great. One thing I would know is that the fitment is never going to be 100% because I think Auxito is going for a universal replacement, whereas the Hondas, for some reason, have these slightly different sizes, which make it difficult for the housing to accept any of those universal bulbs. But it is definitely doable, and they do fit and work. Sheesh. Okay, it's super bright in here. I love it. Now, the rest of the bulbs that I'm going to be replacing are going to be in the dash, right? I'm going to tackle that at the end because this is a much more extensive process, and I still have a couple simple stuff to do. I have to replace the dashboard lights, the center console lights, the window wiper lights, this switch light, any other switches, any other bulbs in here will also be replaced using LED replacements. However, Auxito does not offer those because that, like I said, this is much more of a DIY project and much more extensive research is needed to do all of that. But Auxito did, like I said, send me the rest of the bulbs that I need for my LED lighting. These are going to be the daytime running lights for the front, and these are the last bulbs needed for the headlight housing. They are super easy to replace. I've actually already done one. For some reason, the daytime running lights are not turning on. I thought it was because I might have blown a fuse, but it turns out there was no fuse in there at all. And I've already added a fuse, but still nothing. Like I said, the daytime running lights was not a very common thing for these CRVs. Usually it's a JDM thing. I might need to, even see if I even have that. I have the wiring harness and it's plugged in. Maybe I'm missing everything else. So what a bummer. And I'm gonna replace that license plate light bulb right now. You guys clearly see how easy that is. Just pop it off and pop the new one on, and that's it. Now the third brake light is also super easy to replace. We just pop that off, unscrew the bulb here, and take this. Whoa, hold on a minute. This is a giant brake light. What the hell is this? 7440. Oh, great. Chalk that up to another bad forum. Who the hell? Where did I read that? Actually, I don't even know, man. Look, I'll just put this one back on, and we'll move on. I'll replace that one when I buy an actual LED replacement for that. Man, I hate it when stuff like that happens. Believe me, guys, this happened a lot during this video. It took me a really long time to get all of the lighting. Well, you guys will see. Now, the CRV here also has some dashboard lighting that isn't, replaceable, but I want to replace them with LEDs, so that's going to require some custom work that I'll show you guys at the end of this video. Also, the CRV has these weird side markers in the back. I don't know what they're called, but I can also replace these with the Auxito bulbs. Okay, so this, I don't think this is working either. Let me pump the brakes a bit. Let me turn on the hazards. Okay, that's not turning on. Ah, the right side is. So there's some sort of error here. Oh, there it is. Got it. Check it out. Pretty bright. See, probably not that big of a difference, but at least on the camera anyway, but at least now it'll have LEDs. So now we have full LEDs pretty much all the way around except for the freaking third brake light, because that's the wrong bulb. I thought I had the right size, which was those same backup light bulbs, but I guess the third brake light bulb is different and it's much bigger. So what are you gonna do? Now, as you guys can clearly see, this CRV has a double DIN display. So obviously I'm not using the OEM cluster, I mean the OEM radio. So I don't know exactly how that light would be replaced. Maybe it's something simple, but for me, I only needed to worry about the climate control here. And we've got 1, 2, 3 that are lit up by 2 bulbs here. And these are super easy to replace. These are T4.7s, but they are these 2 right here. And these are the little style bulbs that we need. Hopefully they work, because on these, I did absolutely no calculations. I'm just literally installing these and hope they don't burst, which I ordered through Amazon, which will also be linked in the description down below. And then the other ones are the buttons for the climate control here, which are just as complicated as the switches. So I will save those for the end. These window switches are the pain in the butt because they do light up and they have a little bit of just tiny little lights here. And they are like, the light passes through some green acrylic before it gets to your eyes. So unfortunately these couldn't be white. I used white light, but ultimately they just end up looking green. But hey, it's better than yellow. These, on the other hand, did accept the white light quite well. And the same thing goes for the switches. I'll show you guys a few shots of them here. They are much brighter than they let on. Now the next step would be the cluster lights here. As I said, they are super easy to replace because I've done it on my Civic already. It's a grand total of 6 bulbs, and these, I believe, are just your regular T5 wedges that just pop off from the OEM housing here. So you just remove the gray colored lights and you just replace them with T5 wedges and then just pop them back in. These black ones are the special indicator ones, you know, like the check engine light, oil pressure, temperature, battery, whatever you want. But those lights actually have colored filaments on the cluster here. So it's kind of pointless to change them, to be honest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I also replaced these up here, 6, 7. Unfortunately, I couldn't replace this one here. This is a much bigger bulb, and I don't have the replacement for it. Now for these are the indicator bulbs right here. All of these are for the automatic transmission, and I am not going to replace these because I don't know exactly how this circuit board is wired up. And again, these are color coded already in here with the little film it has. So I don't need those to be super bright. OEM will be just fine. But before you reinstall everything, you want to make sure you plug the cluster in to make sure you have the right orientation of the bulbs, because they are specific. So if one of them doesn't light off, you're gonna have to take it off, rotate it, and pop it back in to make sure it's in the right place. Thankfully for my setup, I didn't have to change anything except for just this one bulb. I just unplugged it and plugged it in the other way. So always double check before you close everything up. Unfortunately for the cluster, I knew this was going to happen. I was afraid of that because the cluster is orange, right? I'm using white light. That is definitely white light, but you know, it's lighting up orange because, you know, obviously that's orange. Bummer. And in my CRV case, the only other switch in here that has any light is the cruise control button. This switch has a little bulb that we need to screw out, and we got to remove these bulbs right here. So we just unscrew these tiny ones. I don't know why there's 2, but there are 2. And then we just install the aftermarket ones. Hopefully they fit, and yes, okay. And now again, I don't know why there are 2. Honestly, I probably should just leave one out, but actually I'm gonna go plug this in and see if it actually works first. Is it on? Yep. Oh, you see that? Only one of them is lighting up. Let me switch it up. Actually, just one bulb will do, honestly. That's bright enough. And the thing is, right, because of the, I imagine there's also an acrylic covering to them, as the same thing with these. You guys see that? Well, these right here, they look kind of greenish and not white. And then there's one more light here, which I already replaced when I installed my double din here. It's super bright. So there's that. And then there's this other light here that I didn't even bother trying to replace, to be honest, because I don't know if I'm going to keep this. I might replace it with a push start. So there's that. And finally, we have our clock here. The only thing about this is I'm pretty sure if it's anything like my little hatchback over there, is it's not replaceable. It'll always be this color because of the film here. This is a red film on it. And if you want to change colors, I believe you can get rid of the red film, and it will be a green light, because the display behind it, which is not powered by light, it's an actual display, is the original color of that is pretty much identical to the switches here. That's what the color would look like. So it's something to think about if you do want to take it off. I didn't, honestly. I'm kind of tired. I might do that later on, but for now, we'll move on to the more complicated stuff, which is these bulbs and the window switches. So when it comes to the window switches, it was a very complicated process of researching and stuff like that, because like I said, I'm not an electrician. All I knew is that I had 4 bulbs on a circuit board, and the switch is relatively easy to remove. It's just, you just pop off the switches. There's no screws or anything holding that switch in the dashboard. So once you pop it off and unclip the harness, you can go ahead and just remove the back of the switches with 3 screws, and then you can remove the plastic covering of the switches. You just pop those off, and then the rubber protective sleeve just also pops off. So want to be careful with the switches though. You don't want to break them. And then once you do that, you can go ahead and just unscrew the one screw that's holding the circuit board to the switches. And then that is what we'll be working on to replace the lights. Now, that circuit board has 4 incandescent bulbs and 2 resistors on it. And according to ChatGPT, the wiring in that board is 1 bulb is in parallel, and then the 3 other bulbs are also in parallel, but they are wired in series in that parallel circuit. So if that makes sense, it's a combination of in parallel and in series. So initially what I did is I just replaced all the bulbs with LEDs. And as you guys can obviously tell, it didn't work. Only 1 bulb managed to turn on, and the other 3 were just not lit up at all. That bulb was very, very dim, and unfortunately I don't have a shot of that because like I said, I figured this stuff out over a series of days. Spoiler alert, they're not working. Nothing is turning on. I managed to figure out that the problem with this circuit board not working is I have the wrong resistors. So I had to do some research onto how exactly this wiring was done. And it turns out it's some combination of being parallel and in series. But after I ordered some resistors from Amazon, I was ready to move on. So if you look at this still here, the resistor on the left is rated for 560 ohms. And that's because that is a resistor for only 1 bulb. The one on the right is rated for, how much? 330 ohms. And that's because it is sharing 3 bulbs. So obviously you guys can tell, the higher the resistance, the less current is flowing through it. So because I had 3 bulbs, I wanted more current flowing through them. So that's why it's got a lower resistor on it. These LEDs are rated for 3 volts and have a current of 20 milliamps. So obviously if you guys want to switch it up using different LED types, you guys are going to have to use the equation formula on your own. You know, ask ChatGPT, because that's what I did, and I messed up by ordering the wrong resistors. You guys can see I used the 1.5 watt power resistors. That is what is on my car right now, but I ordered the 1/8 resistors, and those are way too small and not power appropriate. So that's what I did to get the switches to turn on. Okay, so I was recording in slow-mo apparently, but look at that. They actually turned on. I was just saying, you know, we gotta make sure you got the right technology, man. Let's see if they dim actually, because they should be dimmable. Sheesh, look at that. It's super bright. Not as bright, but it still works. And that's mainly due to the resistors that I used. You guys can see I think I'll show you guys. The one up here is for the driver's side, and these other 3 are for the other ones, and they have a different resistance rating, so the current is obviously different. I think probably if I go with a little higher resistance on this one, I can make it a little more dimmable, but I think it's probably a good idea to just keep this one brighter. And the same thing, sort of, I had to do for the AC control module, because those actually are just soldered on bulbs. So I ordered the LEDs. I used the ones I had already on hand that are the same ones for the switches. And what I did is I just went ahead and removed the old ones and replaced them with the new ones. I made sure I took a look at the right orientation, so the power was on the right side of the switch, and then the ground was on the left side of the switch, closer to the plug. And if you're looking at it from the resistor side, not the back side. Obviously, double check to make sure you guys are putting those on the right way, but honestly, because those were already LEDs, they had resistors that I was already using. I think they have the same resistor here, honestly. They had the green one, which was, shit, what's the green one? 560s? Yeah, they had those 560 resistors already, which, like I said, I was using for the switches, so I knew they would work for the AC control. So thankfully, that's pretty simple to do. Okay, so it looks like these are actually LEDs. I'll show you guys a few shots of them here. I think I looked at them last time, and they do say LEDs. The rating for these are 560 for 2 and 470 for 1. So technically, if that other bulb is being powered also by one 560 resistor, these should work. All I gotta do is replace them. All right, but the problem is though, as you guys can see, the length won't quite match, you know? I'll be a little off, but I think it should be fine. Obviously, you guys wanna be careful. If this is your first time like it was for me, I completely destroyed the circuit board that I had to make sure I had proper copper traces, because with the constant heating and you know, heating and cooling, and just, you know, constantly working on it, the copper traces are very brittle at the end, and I actually damaged the little circles where the solder would actually hold on to the LEDs, and that was kind of gone for some of them, so I had to kind of just extend the leg from the LED to reach out to wherever the copper trace was. So just be careful. All right, guys, we're done. The CRV now has what I think is a complete LED restoration. I'll show you guys some shots here of the interior, and it's a whole lot brighter than it was before. I don't have a lot of good shots from before, to be honest. I got a little carried away and just installed all the LEDs, so. That light is super bright. Oh, it's because it's for the daytime. Okay, so they do dim, which is great, you know? See, this is for when it's daylight. Obviously, you don't need a lot of light, but it would be nice to know exactly which ones are on. And when you turn them on for when it's nighttime, obviously they also dim. These right here don't dim so much. These do. Dude, that is super bright. Once I get the windows tinted, these will definitely come in handy. Oh, is that a spider? Obviously, I'm not a super fan of the fish tank vibe, but I do love the fact that it's super bright out. Honestly, if I was parked in someplace super dark, I wouldn't have any issue trying to locate anything, which is really what these are for. So let's go ahead and turn it off and wrap this video up. Let me know what you guys think. Any questions, I will try to answer them in the description. Like I said, the most complicated part of this was the window switches, but in the end, I wish I could have changed the color, but that acrylic really makes it difficult to do anything, you know, custom. But green is still a whole lot better than yellow. And I know you guys are thinking that the red might not have been such a bad color, because I honestly don't think it was. It's just that the red, it makes it very easy to, like, it blends, like the light is not bright enough, if that makes sense. It's super dull. And while it may look cool, it does get a little weary on the eyes, if I'm being honest. You know, seeing a lot of red and the orange, and it's nice to have a little bit of white and a little bit of color, and being able to see the actual things in the car makes it a whole lot nicer. But not by that much, to be honest. If I had a choice, it would be light blue, like in the hatchback. I think that looks great because this has some white still, but red would be my next choice. Obviously, white is the first one because I think that's more original. We managed to do the complete LED restoration, conversion, custom install, thanks to Auxito, which is one of our sponsors, and all of that stuff will be linked in the description down below. Feel free to check out any of those bulbs, and thanks to Auxito, I didn't have to do a lot of custom work, you know, so that's great. So, you know, until next time, guys, take care and good speed. I gotta close this up. We're out.